You can't control the past and the future. It's not there. And you cannot control something that's not there. That's why the present moment is so important, because that's the only thing you really have. And from there, you can control everything. But it starts with yourself, because you are the control. Hey guys, welcome to another video from Finde dein Wofür. Today I want to talk with you about the survival mode and how you can get out of this and finally really enjoy your life. I want to tell you I was in survival mode almost my whole life. And only since last year I really started looking at it closer, and what I discovered, that I was really running. I was absolutely running, but not really from the people or from the circumstances, from the present moment. No, I was running from myself, running away from myself. And what do I mean by this? I didn't feel comfortable what I had created within myself. I was not comfortable to look at who I was at this moment. And it is easier to look outside and to complain about other people, what they do with me, and the circumstances that seem to be hard and to not change at all. But as I learned that I have created my own circumstances and that my own assumptions about the people were what I had really to accept, and then start to create something new, start to create what I really want. I have seen people complaining over and over again about the circumstances, and that's also creating, but that's creating what you don't want. That's creating from the past, or that's creating from the future you're worrying about, but that never comes. You only have the present moment, and that's the moment where you have it all and where you can choose everything what you want. And when you know this, then you are free. Because when you really find out of survival mode, then you start creating. You really start to have the control, because you are the control by itself. And I'm pretty sure that everyone who is watching was in that mode, or maybe is still in that mode. If you clicked on that video, you know by yourself why you may be running away. Maybe you don't feel comfortable in the present circumstances. Maybe you are running away from someone who might have hurt you. I know that by myself, because I was grown up in a very big family with 7 siblings, and I know exactly what it means to be in a survival mode. And I'm not telling this to complain about the circumstances I had as I was a little kid. I know this was an experience, but before I knew that this only was an experience, I always felt that I have to make sure that I feel comfortable in the circumstances, that I anyway have to control everything and everyone around me, so that I can finally feel secure. But I learned now, you can only control yourself. What happens when you try to control the circumstances? It means you are running away from yourself. And I don't mean that by discipline yourself totally hard or control everything what's going on inside of you. It's about choosing in every moment what you want to experience. When you start creating, when you start choosing what you really want, you are prior to every thought, to every feeling, to every assumption, you are prior to everything, because you are starting from scratch in a good way, because you see everything really as neutral, as a blank sheet, as a new version, as a fresh start, as a new morning, as a new moment. You are like the artist which takes a new sheet of paper and starts drawing what's within, what's in his imagination. So that's where you really have the control. That's where everything you really want starts to unfold. And before you can do this, you really have to accept what you once have created. So it's not about complaining over and over and over again about people and things that happen to you, or worrying about things that could happen to you. It's really about accepting, being in the present moment, taking what's already there, enjoying actually, and being grateful for what you already have, and seeing in everything what is looking on the first sight, at the first sight, I don't know, is looking horrible or uncomfortable, and start to see the perfection in it. Like, you are the artist and you create it all, the things you don't like and the things you like. And you know, it's like with a picture or a painting, or just any piece of art. The best way to look at art is, it must not come over as something that everyone really likes and everyone sees the beauty in it. It's more about if it has an effect on you, and if it can inspire you to think differently. And that's how I want you to look at your current life circumstances. Because in everything what you don't like lies everything what you want. It's just showing you, okay, now I see even more clearly that's what I don't want. And now I see more clearly what I really want to choose. So getting out of survival mode means you finally came to that point that what you were used to accept before, you don't want anymore. You are ready to level up, and it's not what you prefer anymore. And finally, you have the courage and the strength to really choose what you want. And that means first, you choose yourself. And in choosing yourself, you have to stop running away from yourself. Because, as I said, you only have the present moment. And when you choose yourself, you are automatically in the present moment. So when you really sit with yourself and you embrace yourself and the circumstances, and you see the perfection in everything, like an artist, and you say, now I'm painting a different piece of art. Now I'm creating something different. Now I'm creating the life I really want to live. And as I said in another video, there is this quote from Max Planck: when you change the way how you look at things, the things you look at change. You are the one which starts first to create, and then your surrounding can change. And in doing that, you have all the power taken to yourself. You put your foot down and you say, so, and now I really want to create something different. Now I really take the power back to myself, and I'm the only one who can assume, who can be aware of what I really want. And before you can do that, you have to become very clear. What is it? What I really want? How does my best life look like? And this comes again from you being the version of you which finally has decided to get out of survival mode and to enjoy your own existence and to enjoy your own life and to enjoy other people's presence and to enjoy no matter what. Because you go first, you always go first, and the circumstances, the people, whatever, they follow. They cannot change or appear differently when you are not changing. You are the only one who can rise in consciousness, who can level up, who can decide the direction in which your life goes. Sometimes, as a little kid, when you don't know so much about yourself and the world and so on, you can feel very insecure and you try to have the control when you can't. And you have to rely on your parents and all these other people around you, and if they are not reliable or if they are fighting with their own circumstances, own problems, challenges at the same time, they might seem to be not so interested in what you are doing, what you are coping with, and you develop an habit where you feel you have to always control your surrounding and everyone around you before you finally can feel comfortable and secure with yourself. And you're always going out of yourself and going within the circumstances, going in other people's heads and assuming what they maybe are thinking and trying to figure out what's going on and how you can control what they are doing with you. So always, like in the Stone Age, you're always in this figuring out what could happen and how can I behave differently according to what happened before. And so you're never really in the present moment where you have everything and you are everything. And when you are an adult, you carry this feeling of I always have to control everything around me. You're carrying this feeling still with you, this habit. And you think that's the way how life is and that's how it works, when it's absolutely not at all how it works. And I remember a situation where I was working in my job as a bicycle courier, and I realized, or I noticed, that the chain from my bicycle was not really working. It seemed to break. And I was like, okay, yeah, but it's still working, so it's okay. It's still working. And I didn't take this very seriously. Like, someone else would have said, oh my goodness, this is not acceptable. I mean, that's my device I need for my work, and it has to work perfectly so I can really enjoy working. And I was more like, it's okay, it's still working, and yeah, I don't have to care so much about it. And I also can and have not so much money to spend about the reparation of it. So yeah, it's okay, it's fine. And so I was driving with this almost broken bicycle, and yeah, accepting the current circumstances with having this almost broken bike. But um, I was so used to accept everything that I can cope with everything, so that I was not allowing myself to choose better circumstances. You know, it's also a good thing that you know you can always rely on yourself, even when the circumstances are very hard. You always find a way out. It's always my quote. I always find a way, and I will do this. I will do this. And the thing here is, your awareness has always proved you right. So when it's always working out, even in the worst circumstances, then why should you choose something different when you don't have a reason to really get out of this? You start to think that's the way how it is and how life goes. But for everyone comes a certain point when you are faced with the truth that's actually living from the lowest level. I don't mean it in a way to complain about any level someone is living at. It's more like, why should you do this? Why should you bring yourself in these circumstances when you are able to really enjoy and to really experience everything what's there, what you are capable of? And the thing is, because I was used to be in survival mode from the very beginning, I, I also had found a way to enjoy life even in these circumstances. So in this combination, when you live like this, you are so used to this reality that you think that's how it goes, and you don't questioning it so much, because it feels absolutely real and okay anyway. But who wants to live okay anyway? You know what I mean? And yeah, finally the moment came where I said, no, what I'm doing here, no, now it's enough. Now it's really enough. Eva, do you not really want something different to experience? That's how it's all about. It's about experiencing something different. So I don't want you to keep complaining about what happened to you, because it was not really happened to you, it was happened through you. And maybe as you were younger, you created it unconsciously, but you created it. And now, as you are grown up and as you are watching this video, now you know you can choose what you want to experience, and you can choose in which circumstances you really want to live. But you have to find the starting point, and you have to find the strength to accept the present moment and to choose in this present moment, when you really are in the present moment, you are aware of what you are thinking and what you are assuming, and you are able to redirect yourself over and over again. So as you did it with complaining, now you are redirecting over and over again to what you want. And in doing this, you become very neutral to the things that seem so solid in your surrounding, and where you maybe think it's never changing. But this only comes from you choosing in every moment the same or similar realities, where you then see similar outcomes, similar behaviors of the people, and so on. So you're always creating in every moment. But are you creating unconsciously, or are you creating consciously? And are you creating what you want, or are you creating the same thing you don't want over and over again? That's the difference. And when you know that you are the operant power, that everything what happens only can happen because you are there and you were given with this physical body through which you experience your life, then you are ready to really take the control over everything you want to experience. And then you really start enjoying, you really start feeling free, because no matter what happens, even, I mean, I'm also still creating things I don't like, but I'm almost neutral to that, and I can actually laugh about it. I see it very quickly when I had created something that was against what I wanted, but because I know I have the power over it and I am the operant power, I'm not busy with fighting this or figuring out how I did this and why I did this and so on. No, I know I have to go within again, and I have to become very clear to choose correctly what I really want and to stick to that. And as I said, your awareness has no other chance than to bring you the proof of this. So what you focus on, that's what you will experience. And you are reality, and looking as reality on your reality. And every time when you look at it, when you look at your circumstances, when you look at your reality, then you change the things you look at. And you have to make sure that you're always looking with the eyes of someone who knows exactly what he wants, and looking with the eyes of the one who only chooses the best for himself and for all other people around you, because otherwise you, in looking at the things suddenly differently, you are changing also how the things and the people appear to you. Then they will start to appear differently, and that's how you get this sense of hot and cold behavior, or the circumstances feel like a chaos. One time life is good, next time life is bad, and you're absolutely shaky in all these circumstances, and it feels very exhausting, and it also feels very insecure because you cannot rely on what's going on next. And this stops when you first rely on yourself, and you really take on the leading role, and you really are ready to take on the full responsibility, the full control, and the full accountability for your creations. For the enjoying part, when you finally have decided for what you want, and it's really deciding, like taking a blank sheet. Everything is new. You don't fix anything what's already there. You just let it. And you go within and you choose a new, like quote unquote, a new blank sheet of paper. And you draw something new. And then you can relax in yourself. You can enjoy creating this. And finally, you are so in the moment by doing this. You will see the beauty in everything what you have created. You can enjoy every detail of it. And this includes also yourself. And that's where the magic is happening, because then your awareness brings you more and more and more of it. Then you start to see the miracles, and seeing miracles is your true nature. When we say miracle, we think it's something that is almost not about to happen, and when it happens, then we are like, oh my goodness. But actually, this is totally normal. When you really are the creator of your own life and not the victim, not someone who is in survival mode, you can finally perceive what's in the present moment, and you are telling your awareness that you are in the state of being where you enjoy life, and that's where the awareness is bringing you more things to enjoy in your life. So really stop complaining, stop fixing anything, stop worrying about anything, and take on the full control. See everything neutral. Don't take anything personal, because then you're only hurting yourself for your own creation. And this doesn't make sense. Embrace yourself for everything you have created, and start really being the artist of your own life. Start creating. Start seeing the perfection in everything. Start seeing the beauty. And you will see your life changing faster as you can imagine. Okay, I want to leave you with this, and I intend that this was inspirational for you. If you need help on your journey from survival mode into enjoying mode, then reach out to me. You'll find everything down below in the description box. And yeah, enjoy life. Until soon. Bye.